What's up, guys? Farm Wrestler here, and I don't know if you can hear in the background, but today's a special day. We've got our baby chicks here that showed up at the post office. It's time to bring in some replacements for my clutch of hens. I'm not a commercial chicken farmer. I just do it honestly because I enjoy it and gives me a chance to provide people with, farm fresh eggs. I really enjoy the whole process, most of it. Hate washing eggs, but follow along if you want to see my my setup here and how I raise these baby chicks and my chicken house setup and those sorts of things. Thanks for watching. So chickens have never been accused of being the smartest animal, so there's some things we got to do as we unbox them here. I take each chick out and I'll actually dip its beak in the water so that they can get their first taste of water, because these chicks have been hatched and they've had nothing to eat or drink for 2 days, but they can handle that. Being newborn chicks, they get a big boost in nutrients as they hatch, eating what's left inside the egg there with them, and that's enough to get them through. So we're gonna dip each chick in the water, and they'll go around from there and should be good. They're awfully cute. So we've got them all cut loose here. It only takes probably 2 minutes or so to dip 60 chicks in the water, and they've found it. They're feeding already. I'll probably put another water in there because my stock tank that I use here to start my birds in, it's I think it's 8 foot in diameter, and believe it or not, that's far enough that some of them just won't be able to find the water, especially if there's a weaker chick. So we've got about 60 birds here. We only had one that died in transit. Could have just been gotten piled up on, but that happens. So if you want a dozen birds laying eggs for you, probably need to buy a few more, because there will be early deaths. I bet by tomorrow morning I'll probably find 2 more that have died. That's just the way it seems to run. So you usually want to buy a few more than you actually want. I bought about 60 this time. I don't want to be a commercial egg farmer. I don't even want to be close to that, but I do enjoy meeting people through selling eggs and providing that service for a lot of people that I know. They enjoy having the fresh eggs. So we've got this is a new breed for me. They're called Red Stars. At this point in the year, it's late August. There's not a whole lot of options for chicks at this point. That season has pretty much ended. So this is a Red Star. It's a hybrid, and it's supposed to be their most productive brown layer. So I figured we'll give that a try and see how that goes. So you might be asking why no heat lamp, and the reason is it's well over 100 degrees in the shop here, and it's still in the 90s in the morning when I open the door. I guess that's maybe a benefit of doing chicks in these hottest days. But if we do start to ever cool down, I use this propane heat source here, this propane brooder, and I'll hook it up to a 100-pound propane tank, and it'll generally run, you know, for the whole 100-pound propane tank will last the chicks there till they move outside in about 4 weeks. So if I need it, I'll run it, but I think I'm more in danger of the chicks getting too hot versus, you know, getting chilled. I will give them light so that we don't have a lot of crazy pile-ups, because and it keeps them from maybe pecking at each other a little bit, but if they have light, they're less likely to pile up on each other and suffocate each other. So my light source here will be this this propane gas light, and we'll probably just keep that running while the chicks are in here. I don't want to light it and cool it, or light it and turn it off every day, so it doesn't use hardly any propane. So I'll keep that going so they have light all night. So I buy my chicks from it's a company out of Iowa called it's a hatchery out of Iowa called Murray McMurray, and I've bought thousands of chicks from them over the years, from layers to broilers, and I've always had real good results with their birds. They're always, you know, super healthy, and compared to some that I've bought at, you know, chain stores, and then, you know, if you try to buy chicks at like a Tractor Supply, I mean, you can't order any decent qualities, or you can't purchase any decent qualities, because, you know, they just don't have that many. So, you know, if you're gonna, I typically order 100 at a time from Murray McMurray, and, you know, I can get exactly what I want and as many as I want. So you may have noticed there's that one black chick, and Murray McMurray always offers, you know, to throw in a free exotic, and I have no idea what it is. All the other red stars here are sexed. They're all females, and the black chick, who knows what it is, male or female, but it's always interesting to see it grow up and figure out what it is. So we'll just let these guys get acclimated, and we'll go over and show you the chicken house. So this is my hen house, I guess you could say. Call it the chicken house. It's critter proof, which is probably the most important thing. It can handle a lot of birds. I've got a series of roosts here for the hens to roost on. I've got a series of nesting boxes over here, and then I have these commercial type nesting boxes here. So the way I built this hen house was I poured a footing and a stem wall, and then I cut these steel plates and welded a pipe on a little bit of an angle here that just barely fits in this oil field pipe. This is like a plastic oil field pipe, and so I cut 6 of those, all at the same length, and slid them on, and then I put these strong backs just to help, you know, kind of straighten everything out, square everything up. I've got a little 1x4 type strong back up there, and same thing on the other side, little strong back. And then I put the metal on, and about the most expensive thing was just the steel for my end walls here. That's about the only thing I had to buy special. And so I've got, you know, these doors here where I can bring the tractor in and clean out, or, you know, I'll open these doors and let the birds outside over there. But it's been good. It's held up to over 100-mile-an-hour winds. Not losing any birds. I don't think I've lost a single bird in here to a predator. The dog helps with that, but you know, I've got my hanging feeders, and I've got 3 different waterers. But it's been great. It's just a dirt floor, but about every 18 months I'll bring a tractor in here and clean this out. It's probably about 18 inches deep right now, and I'd guess there's probably 15 tons of fertilizer. I bring a lot of, you know, grass clippings in here and things like that to give them something extra and help balance out the buildup of manure in here. And this stuff breaks down really nice and forms a really nice fertilizer. This chicken house, I think, it's like 26 by 24 or something like that, and it can handle a whole lot more birds. But like I said before, I don't want to be a chicken farmer, so I keep, you know, 100 to 200 birds in here. I can sell those eggs pretty easily. I don't want a huge buildup in eggs, because then we have eggs for dinner every night. So that's my chicken house setup. So the other thing I like about this setup is it gives me great airflow through here, and keeps the birds a little bit cooler in the summer. And if it gets real cold in winter, I'll actually stack round bales on this side, keep the wind from blowing through. But it's another advantage of this kind of open design. So one more thing that I don't know how much I thought about it, but it worked out really good. So feels nicer in here in the shade than it does outside, for sure. So these are the little pins I'll move the chicks out to in about 4 weeks. They need a little tidying up, little work. Biscuit likes to lay up on top of these, climb on them, so he breaks them down. They've had quite a life, and they were just kind of thrown together with scrap stuff that I had. So they serve their purpose here now. I used to pull these around in the fields, you know, and do the pastured broilers. I have a few more of these, but it's just so hard to keep birds alive out there. You know, chicken wire will not keep a big raccoon out. They'll rip it open. So but in here, in this enclosed area, no raccoons come around with Biscuit. He does a good job. But out in the field, that's where we have problems. So thanks for watching today. If you like these videos, subscribe for me, because it helps keep me motivated to keep putting out content. So thanks for watching, guys. Farm Wrestler signing out. One other thing that's interesting is that free exotic chick that they throw in. What I've noticed is if it ends up being a male, a rooster, he probably won't survive more than about a week. But if he's a hen, he will. Or if she's a hen, she will. I think that's just natural selection. Maybe a man isn't supposed to be surrounded by 60 women, might be enough to drive you crazy. So it's just a funny little thing that I've noticed.